In the previous video, we have discussed about finding the mean deviation about mean for the ungrouped data and finding the mean deviation about mean for the grouped data. Now in this video, we are going to learn how to find the mean deviation about the mean for the continuous frequency distribution data. Okay. Now what is actually the continuous frequency distribution is? It is a series in which the data is classified into different class intervals without any gap along with its frequency. Now I'm going to take one such problem and I'm going to teach you how to find the mean deviation for the continuous frequency distribution data. Okay, so let us take one problem on the similar topic. So I'm going to take one problem here. Calculate the mean deviation about mean for the following data. So I'm going to take a continuous frequency distribution data. Okay, so class interval and frequency. Okay, 10 to 20, let the frequency be 2. 20 to 30, let the frequency be 3. 30 to 40, let the frequency be 8. 40 to 50, let the frequency be 14. 50 to 60, let the frequency be 8. 60 to 70, let the frequency be 3. 70 to 80, let the frequency be 2. Now this is an example for the continuous frequency distribution data. Okay, now this can be an example for the marks obtained by some students in their class. Say for example, the teacher may ask you like who have scored from 10 to 20. So two students may stand up, might have stood up. 20 to 30, how many of you have scored? Maybe there may be 3 students. 30 to 40 marks, how many students might have scored? Means 80. I'm just taking a rough example of this. 40 to 50, there may be 14 students who have taken the marks, and 50 to 60, there may be 88 students. 60 to 73 students, 70 to 80, again 2 students. This is one such example. Okay, now for this kind of problem, we are going to find the mean deviation about mean. Okay. So just go through the problem. I'm going to rub this and I'm going to form a table for finding the mean deviation about mean for this problem. Okay, so here I'm going to rub this problem. So the first column you write class interval. Second column you write frequency. So 10 to 20, 2, 20 to 30, 3, 30 to 40, 8, 40 to 50, 14, 50 to 68, 60 to 73, 70 to 82. So this way we have written the class intervals in the first column and the frequency in the second column. So what we do here is, step number 1, find the sum of these f. That means this will be the total number of the scores, okay, and we usually denote it by n. Okay, so 2 plus 3 is 5, and here also 3 plus 2 is 5, 5 plus 5 10, 10 plus 14 it is 24, and plus 18 means 16. 24 plus 16 is around 40. Then after finding the total number of scores, we need to find the scores. So we are going to take x. Now let me tell you, x is the midpoint of these two numbers, exact midpoint of these two numbers, and it's very simple to find that also. What you can do is add these two numbers and divide by 2. Okay, I'm going to show one for you. So 10 and 20 I'm adding, I'm going to get 30. Then I'm going to divide this with 2. So clearly it is 15, right? So the midpoint of 10 and 20 is 15. Similarly, in the same pattern, we can find the midpoint of 20 and 30. Let me do that also. 20 and 30 I have to add. Then I'm going to get 50 there. After dividing by 2, so I'm going to get 25, right? So this is the midpoint of 20 and 30. Now looking at these midpoints, clearly we can write these midpoints. Can you see that 10 to 20, 15 is the midpoint. 20 to 30, 25 is the midpoint. So with that idea, 30 to 40, 35 is the midpoint. 40 to 50, 45 is the midpoint. 50 to 60, 55 is the midpoint. 60 to 70, 65 is the midpoint. 70 to 80, 75 is the midpoint. Okay, after finding all the x values, now we proceed to find the mean. Okay, so to find the mean, we need the sum of the data. There are actually 40 scores, like 15, 2 scores are there, 25, 3 scores, 35, 8 scores, 45, 14 scores, 55, 8 scores, 65, 3 scores, 75, 2 scores. Okay, so mean is nothing but the sum of the data divided by total number of the data. Okay, so we are going to find the sum of the data. Instead of adding 52 times, we can just multiply with this number. So it will be the same value. See here, 2 into 15 is 30. 3 into 25 is 75. Okay, 8 into 35. So if you have a small calculator, not scientific calculator, because scientific calculator will not be allowed in the exam, small calculator you can use and find this. Otherwise you can do it directly. 8 5 is 40, 8 3 is 24 plus 4, 280. So 280. 14 into 45. 14 into 45. 5 4 is 20, 4 4 16, 17, 18. Then 1 5 is 5, 1 4 is 4. So 630. Then 8 into 55. 55 into 8. 8 5 is 40. 8 5 is 40. So 440. Then 3 into 65. 3 5 is 15. 3 6 18. That means 195. And this is 150. So after finding the f into x values, so because our target is to find the mean first, let us add all these values. Okay. So I'm adding here 5 plus 5 is 10. So 1 can I get 3 plus 7, 10, 18, 19, 20, 21, 25, 34, 39, 40. So 40. 2 plus 6, 8, 12, 13, 14 plus 4, 18. So this we can write as summation fx. So after finding the summation fx, so now we have to first find the mean value. So the first we have to find the mean value. So first calculation is for mean. So mean is denoted by x bar. So remember the formula, summation of fx divided by n. So 1800 divided by 40. 0, 0 get cancels. 4 4 is 16 and 4 5 is 20. So therefore clearly x bar is 45. Okay, let me write here. X bar is 45. So what we are going to do with this x bar here is, what we are going to do with the x bar is, we are going to find the deviation of the scores from the mean. Okay, the deviation of the scores from the mean. So x minus x bar, x minus x bar. Okay. See, x are these values, x bar is this value. Okay, so don't get confused. X minus x bar, 15 minus 45. Please keep it in mind. I'm going to subtract these values. Okay, x bar from these values. X values 15 minus 45. So how much it is? Minus 30. 25 minus 45 minus 20. 35 minus 45 minus 10. 45 minus 45, 0. 55 minus 45, 10. 65 minus 45, 20. 75 minus 45, 30. So if your x bar value is correct, automatically the deviation values also will be very easy. Okay, then we have to find the absolute values of these deviations. So I'm going to take the absolute values of these deviations. Okay, so these absolute values will become plus, just write all the numbers, positive numbers. Okay, just write all the positive numbers. These are the absolute values of the deviation. Once you find the absolute values of the deviation, again we are going to find f multiplied with those absolute values of the deviation. Okay, so we are finding the mean deviation. Now these are the deviations. So to find the mean deviation, we have to multiply that with f, because 30 is repeated 2 times. So instead of adding 30 plus 30, we can just multiply f into this 30. Okay, how much it is? So it is 60. 33 into 20, that is also 60. 8 into 10, it is 80. So 14 into 0, so clearly 0. 8 into 10, 80. 3 into 20, 60. 2 into 30, 60. Okay, done. Now this is the last column for us for this problem. So I hope up to here you did not have any confusion. So if you have any confusion, so you can just go through the video once again and you can easily do this problem. Okay. In the first PUC exam, this question will be asked for actually 5 marks. Okay. Yes, the last question of what is that? Part D. Okay. Yes. Now I'm going to add all these values. So summation of f into absolute values of the deviations, which is equal to, okay, I think now see, 1, 2, 3, 4. There are 4 60s. That means 240. I'm going to get the total, and 280, 160. I'm going to get the total. So totally I get 400. 400. Okay. Now the last formula to end this problem. Okay. That is, our problem is to find the mean deviation. See, first we have found the mean. Using this mean, we have found the deviations and then we multiplied with f. Now I'm going to find the mean deviation. So I'm writing here now the second one, mean deviation. Okay, mean deviation. In short, we write MD. The formula is very simple. The last column, summation of f into x minus x bar absolute values divided by f. So 400 we got the summation of f into absolute values of the deviation, and n is equals to 40 here. So I write 40 very clearly. This is 10. Now this is how you are going to find the mean deviation for the continuous frequency data. Okay. So you take one other problem of this type and try. Okay. And you can follow the same steps to get the mean deviation. In the next class, we are going to discuss about finding the mean deviation about the median. Okay, all these three we have found the mean deviation about the mean, but in the next class we are going to see mean deviation about the median. Okay, till then be practicing all this problem. Okay.